She's at it again! You're at it again! What are you doing?
I was only praying.
Praying against me?
Praying for you.
No, you weren't. I won't be made a fool of. How much do you think your prayers are worth anyway?
They come from my heart. They only mean what they mean to me.
So, they're worthless.
I'm so worried. I can't think of a plan. Can you think of one, Mr. Cruncher?
I can't right now, but will you listen to the 2 wows I promise?
Say them quickly.
First, I will never do it again.
I'm sure whatever it is, you won't.
I won't tell you right now, but second, I will never ever get in the way of Mrs. Cruncher's praying again.
And we're back with Mrs. Cruncher here. How are you doing today, Mrs. Cruncher?
I'm very good.
It's good to hear. So we just have a couple questions for you. So we're going to start off with, how is Jerry now compared to how he was before?
Well, in the very beginning, I was very afraid of him. He was easily angered, and as you saw in the clip, he was very physically abusive.
Oh, yes.
But I am a very religious person, and I believe in forgiveness.
I understand and totally agree. How do you feel about the change in him?
Well, I'm very grateful that he changed, especially for young Jerry. I'm glad that there's a better role model in our house now.
Definitely. What were you thinking during the time that you two were apart?
I was hoping that he was safe, of course, and that there would be a positive outcome upon his return. Hopefully he'd grown from the troubled human being that he was before.
We can always hope. Thank you for your time, Mrs. Cruncher.
Thank you.
What is this? Who are you? Are you the winekeeper's daughter?
No, I'm not.
Who are you? Your hair. Are you my wife?
No, try again.
You're too young to be my wife. Who are you?
I'm your daughter. Your agony is now over, Father. I've come to take you from this horrible, unsanitary, disgusting place.
Oh,
And we're back with the Charles Dickens Show. We have Dr. Manette. Dr. Manette, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So we have a couple questions for you today. The first one is, going back to when you first reconnected with Lucy, what was going through your mind?
I was very confused and I didn't know what was going on. I thought she was my wife, but I knew that it couldn't be her. But eventually I put the pieces together and realized she was my daughter.
And from that point, how has your relationship grown?
I've learned that I can rely on her and she can rely on me, and we've just grown very close.
So when Darnay and Lucy got married, how did you feel about that relationship and the relationship with yourself with Lucy now?
I mean, I understand that he wouldn't take her away from me, but I was still a little bit shocked from his family secret that he confided in.
Okay. And so, thank you for your time, Dr. Manette. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me.
You will be good to my husband. You won't do him harm. You'll let me see him if you can, right?
I'm not here for your husband. I'm here for you.
Well, then for my sake, please be merciful to my husband. For my child's sake. I am scared of you more than anyone else.
What is it that your father says in that little letter? Something about influence?
That my father has influence over him.
Surely it will release him. Surely his influence will get Charles released.
I beg you, please don't exercise your power that you have over him. Use it on his behalf. As a wife, as a mother.
I've seen wives and mothers watching their husbands laid in prison and suffering often enough, and their children suffering from poverty, thirst, nakedness, hunger, misery, sickness, oppression, and neglect of all kinds. I'm so detached. Why should I take pity on you?
Please, I'm begging you.
Where is Lucy?
You, the wife of Lucifer, will never get the better of me.
I just want to see Lucy.
I have evil intentions. I'll hold my own against them.
Tell her I want to see her.
No, you wicked foreign woman. I am your match.
You fat idiot! Tell her I want to see her or get out of my way.
I know that the longer I keep you here, the greater the help there is for my ladybird. So, if you lay a finger on me, I will not leave a strand of weave on your head.
You poor, worthless wretch. Citizen doctor, child of Evermond, wife of Evermond, anyone but this miserable fool. Answer me. If they're not in that room, that means they're gone, but can be tracked and brought back.
As long as you don't know whether they're in this room or not, you are not sure what to do. If I can prevent it, you'll never find out.
I'm from the south side of Red River Trail. Nothing can stand in my way.
Come at me, bro. I'm stronger than you. I'll hold you until one of us faints or dies.
A letter for Lucy, one for Dr. Manette, one for Mr. Lurie, and none for Sydney Cotton. I am the resurrection and the life, saith the Lord. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die.
3, 2, 1.
It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known.
We're back with the Charles Dickens Show. I have Sydney Carton, one of my faves, and you're one of my favorites on the show, but I gotta ask, why?
Well, I just want to start off by thanking you for having me here today. The reason I did what I did was because of my love for Lucy. Not only that, but I wanted to give my life meaning, the meaning I had been searching for.
That's really good to hear, and I was rooting for you the entire time, but no offense, and don't take any offense to this, but if you would have had Darnay killed, Lucy would have been all yours.
I don't really think so. I think that if I had been left over, Lucy wouldn't have chosen me. I don't think I could give her what Darnay gives her. And I'm glad I was able to die because I was able to keep the promise that I made to her.
And what promise is that?
Well, as many of the devoted fans might remember, a while ago we had a long, deep conversation. And I made a promise to her that I would do whatever it takes to keep her happy.
And thank you, Carton, for all those kind words. But that's all the time we have on here for the Charles Dickens Show. I'm Charles Dickens. Stay classy, San Diego. Right now we have Dr. Manette. Dr. Manette, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm good. So we have a couple questions for you today. The first one is, going back to when you first reconnected.
Eventually I put the pieces
What do you want to do? We should do a dance.
What dance?
Wait, let me make sure it's zoomed in. Go. Since we already did that.
You don't give me. I'm just gonna walk up and shoot him.
Our baby is so cute.
Oh, I should do it one. Cut. And we're back with Mr. Cruncher. Mr. Cruncher, how are you doing?
I'm Mrs. Cruncher.
I'm done.